all the DICT Backroom members and the back secretariat. Welcome to our 55th online meeting of the DICT Back 3. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded for documentation purposes. And we would like also to acknowledge and put on record the presence of honorable DICT Back 3 members. We have the end user provisional member, Sir Dante Leonen. Good morning, sir.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you po. We also have Director Gino V. Ilano as the regular member. Good morning again, sir.
Good morning po. Pasensya for coming in late. Thank you.
Thank you po. And this meeting is being presided by our chairperson, ASEC Gerald James B. Reyes. Good morning again, sir.
Good morning.
With the presence of the back members mentioned, the back secretariat confirms the presence of a quorum. Shown on the screen po is our sole agenda. We have the procurement of logistics services for equipment, office supplies, furniture, and document handling for office relocation. The approved budget for the contract is 4,606,396 pesos and 80 centavos. Having the agenda presented, may we have the approval of the back, please?
Back members?
Motion to approve.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Any second po? Dante?
Second the motion po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We have an approved agenda. Please proceed.
Thank you so much po, Mr. Chair. May we also have your approval po to admit the other end user representative po as well as the prospective bidder po, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please. Please
Thank you po.
admit.
Good morning po, dear Dawatin. Mr. Chair, apologies po. Na-disconnect lang po yung bidder, sir. We're currently coordinating na po with the prospective bidder. Ayun na po, pumasok na po.
Yes, please. Proceed na tayo.
Continue po. Good morning po to all the end user representatives, TWG members, and to our prospective bidder. Welcome to the private conference for the procurement of logistic services for the equipment, office supplies, furniture, and document handling for office relocation. For proper identification po, may we request our prospective bidder to kindly introduce yourselves po and please state your name and the company you're representing, please. From Manila Sales, please.
Hi, good morning po. I'm Alvin Quijano, representing Vintel Logistics Incorporated. I'm with Estrella Quijano, also from Vintel.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning po. And please be informed that this meeting is being recorded for documentation purposes. Furthermore, in the interest of transparency and pursuant to Section 38 of RA 12009, a copy of this recording will be uploaded to the DICT official YouTube channel. You may visit the Department of ICT Philippines channel on YouTube. Thank you po. Next po will be the presentation of the Presimat po. May I call on Ms. Pritzi po to kindly present, please. Thank you po.
Good morning, everyone. The DICT now invites bids for the project Procurement of Logistics Services for Equipment, Office Supplies, Furniture, and Document Handling for Office Relocation. Bid reference number DICT BAC 2025-105 with an approved budget for the contract of 4,606,396 pesos and 80 cents. The invitation to bid for the project was posted on September 17, 2025 on the following: project's website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, and the ICT bulletin board. Invitations to observer for the pre-bid conference were sent on September 18, 2025 to the following: Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Inc., and Philippine Computer Society. Prospective bidders which registered for today's pre-bid conference: Vintel Logistics Incorporated. And the agenda: project details, house rules, schedule of activities, instructions to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, 2 envelope system and proper sealing and markings, the data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and reminders to bidders. House rules. Everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question. Limit questions to details of the procurement at hand. Instruction to bidders. For the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPP issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or invitation to bid by the back through the issuance of a supplementary or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They, or through an agent, shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, and collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Eligible bidders. Only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate in this project. Pursuant to Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project, the value of which, adjusted to the current prices using the PSA CPI, must be equivalent to The bidder must have completed within the period specified in the invitation to bid an SLCC that is one contract similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under 52.4 RA of IRR of RA 12009. Subcontracting is not allowed. Bid and payment currency payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. Use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. Bid security. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 14. Each bidder shall submit one original and two copies of the required documents. 2. Envelope system and proper sealing and markings. Mother envelope shall contain two separate envelopes labeled as eligibility and technical documents and financial documents. Under the eligibility and technical documents shall contain three separate envelopes labeled as eligibility and technical original copy, eligibility and technical duplicate copy, eligibility and technical triplicate copy, as well as for the financial documents shall contain three separate envelopes, financial original copy, financial duplicate copy, and financial triplicate copy. Should be labeled to Department of Information and Communications Technology. Indicate the name of the bidder in capital letters. Indicate address of bidder in capital letters. Indicate the project name, procurement of logistics services for equipment, office supplies, furniture, and document handling for office relocation. Indicate the bid reference number, DICT BAC -2025-105. Indicate the phrase do not open before October 7, 2025 of 1:30 p.m. Deadline for the submission of bids, October 7, 2025, 12 noon. Opening of bids, October 7, 2025, 1:30 p.m. Under the technical component envelope, we have the legal documents. Is the valid field jobs registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages, in accordance with Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009. Note pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the field jobs registration certificate, platinum membership must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their field jobs registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Note pursuant to PS Advisory 2025-015, suspension of certificate of field jobs registration, platinum membership of corporations for non-compliance with the uploading of GSIS and POI. To note, this is to advise that the certificate of field jobs registration, platinum membership of merchant corporations that did not submit the latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflection to the beneficial ownership information or BOI duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission shall be suspended. Letter B, statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Letter C is a statement of bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided in sections 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009 within relevant period as provided in the bidding docs. For its attachment, any of the following documents must be submitted together with the SLCC. To end user's acceptance, official receipt, sales invoice for the contract. Letter D, original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Note, bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Letter E is the schedule of requirements. F, conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production, delivery, schedule, manpower requirements, and/or after-sales parts if applicable. Letter G, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed venture agreement or JVA, in case a joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Other documentary requirements as applicable for foreign bidders claiming by the reason of their country's extension or reciprocal rights of the Filipinos. Certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. Financial component and delivery. A, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, and B, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule. Other documentary requirements as applicable, certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Under the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009. To wit, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to the value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids including said taxes shall be the basis for the bid evaluation and comparison. Under the bid data sheet, contracts similar to the project shall be procurement of logistic services for equipment, office supplies, furniture, and document handling for office relocation, or any logistic service, mobilization, and transportation of equipment service, completed within 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission of and receipt of bids. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any amount of the following forms and amounts. Amount is 230,219 pesos and 84 cents. Form of bid security in bank draft or guarantor or irrevocable letter of credit or surety bond. Under the post-qualification documents, within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that it submitted the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns, filed and paid through the BIR Electronic Filing and Payment System, or EFPS, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. Form, schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement. Bidders are highly encouraged to use the templates or forms provided to minimize errors or omissions in the form submitted. However, failure to use the said templates or forms is not ground for disqualification, provided that the form submitted includes all the mandatory provisions required in the RA 12009 and its IRR, as identified in Clause 2 of the required forms section of the bidding documents. Bid form, bid prices and figures in words, and the tax bid price shall include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in bid form and reflected in the price schedule or detailed estimates. Price schedule, prices indicated in the price schedule shall be entered separately in the following manner. For goods offered from within the PE's country, the price of goods quoted EXW or X Works, X Factory, X Warehouse, X Showroom, or off the shelf as applicable. The cost of all sales and other taxes already paid or payable, the cost of transportation, insurance, and other costs incidental to delivery of goods to their final destination, and the price of other incidental services, if any. For goods offered from abroad, the price of the goods shall be quoted, delivery duty paid, with the place of destination in the Philippines, the price of other incidental services, if any, and for services based on the form which may be prescribed by the PE in accordance with existing laws, rules, and regulations. Bid securing declaration. Bidder shall enter into a contract with the PE and furnish the security within 10 calendar days from receipt of notice of award, and bidders accept that it shall be automatically disqualified from bidding for any procurement contract with any PE for a period of 2 years upon receipt of the blacklisting order, and it will pay the applicable fine provided under the guidelines of the use of bid securing declaration within 15 days from receipt of the written demand by the PE for commission of acts resulting to the enforcement of the bid securing declaration under the pertinent provisions of R8 number 12009 and its IRR. Omnibus Sworn Statement or OSS, the signatory is duly authorized representative of the bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit the bid, and to sign and execute the ensuing contract accompanied by relevant notarized documents. Bidder is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units, including foreign government or foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPP by itself or by relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with another blacklisted person or entity as defined and provided for in the Uniform Guidelines on Blacklisting. Each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein and true and correct. Bidders authorizes the hope or his or her duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Bidders complies with the disclosure provision under Section 81 IRR of RA 12009 in relation to our other provisions of RA number 3019. Bidder complies with existing labor laws and standards. Bidder complies with the responsibility of a prospective or eligible bidder provided in the PPTS. Bidder who did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any other person or official, personnel, or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity, and in case advance payment was made or given Failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling or estafa or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by the person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods and services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815, Series of 1930 as amended, or the Revised Penal Code. Other required forms of the bid security aside from the bid securing declaration, performance security, and warranty security. Security is posted in favor of the PE. Amount of the security, which is denominated in Philippine pesos, it should not be less than the required percentage as follows. For bid security, based on the ABC to be bid. For performance security, based on the total contract price. For warranty security, based on the required percentage of the progress payment or total contract price. Validity period should not be corresponding to the time frame provided in RA number 12009 and its IRR. Other required forms of on the bid security aside from the bid securing declaration. Performance security and warranty security, respective obligation or undertaking that is guaranteed relative to the faithful performance of the responsibility stated in the relevant provisions of RA 12009 and its IRR. For surety bonds, it shall be callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. Statement of all the bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Name of outstanding contracts with other contract party, PE, or private company allowed by the rules, contract date, period, and amount or value. For goods, kinds of goods, and dates of delivery. Name of the completed contract within the contract with contract date, period, and amount which should correspond to the required percentage of the EBC to be bid. The value is adjusted to the current prices using the PSA consumer price indices when necessary. For goods relevant period or delivery date, when the said SLCC was completed and end users acceptance or official receipts or sales invoice issued for the contract is completed. Definition or categories of work. Owner Certificate of Acceptance or CES, rating accompanying the statement of the bidder's SLCC. For Owner Certificate of Acceptance, name of project owner that issued the certificate, name of contractor or constructor, name of contract, and contract duration. For CPS rating, a final rating of at least satisfactory. For contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Bidder's computation of NFCC or committed line of credit for goods. NFCC computation, ABC to be bid, amount or value of bidder's current assets based on audited financial statement. Amount of value or bidder's current liabilities based on AFS. Amount of or value all outstanding and uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. For CLC, ABC to be bid, amount which should be at least equal to 10% of the ABC, and name of the issuing foreign, universal, or commercial bank as confirmed or authenticated by a local, universal, or commercial bank. Joint venture agreement or notarized statements as to forming JV for goods. If a JVA is already in existence, the content shall include the responsibility of each of the JV partners or its contributions to the JV, and the contents of the notarized statements from all the potential JV partners shall include that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful, and failure to enter into JVA in the event of a contract award shall be a ground for bid disqualification and subsequent forfeiture of the bid security. Certification as to reciprocity to foreign bidders for goods. Foreign bidder claiming eligibility based on its country's extension and reciprocal rights to Filipinos shall submit a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. Bid securing declaration form. Price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines. Price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines. Bid form. Omnibus warrant statement. Schedule of requirements. Reminders to bidders. The clock at the DICT lobby used in the Philippine Standard Time is the official reference during submission and receipt of bids. A member of BAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at the DICT lobby and shall stamp this as received. Bidders are reminded that the entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety and health protocols in place, and the processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the BAC Secretariat. Request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat, back@dict.gov.ph, and back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on September 27, 2025, 4 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and the bulletin board at the DICT lobby. Common causes of ineligibility and disqualification, invalid PhilJobs certification, and underlying supporting class documents. Pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in the Annex A of PhilJobs registration certificate, Platinum membership must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure with the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJobs registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the SLCC, similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Submission of unsigned documents. Submitted of AFS without stamp receipt of the BIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through EFTS, there is no need for stamp receipt of the BIR. Instead, bidders must submit their proof of AFS e-submission. Example, BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns or documents with its filing reference number or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached on the bidding documents. Take note that the bid securing declaration has additional mandatory provisions. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration and omnibus form statement without a jurat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance with the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. Failure to submit the forms which do not contain all the mandatory provisions. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to the personnel of the BAC Secretariat Division at the office address provided. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any other personnel or staff aside from the authorized BAC Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of bidding. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submit the bid proposal to the authorized back secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions, and click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration, check your inbox, and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
For the technical specification po, as the specifications are already available online, may we ask the prospective bidders if they have gone through the specifications po, or if they will as the end user to provide a presentation po.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, sir.
Apo, I just want to ask if that presentation, can we get a copy of that po, so that we can be guided on how to go through the system?
Which one, sir? Yung present po ba ng
Yeah.
back secretary po? Or the
Yung you just-
specifications po?
the one that you showed po, yung online registration or yung kaka-show nyo lang po ngayon.
You may send a formal email, sir, sa back secretariat po.
Sige po, we can just request.
Thank you, sir. For the technical specification, sir, nabasa niyo na po ba, or would you like po for the end user to present po?
Actually, we already read. We just have one question po regarding it on that particular part. If you'll allow us now, can we ask it na po?
Sige po, sir. You may now ask your questions po or clarifications, if any.
Sige
And
po.
may we request po for the end user to present and walk through po dun sa posted bidding documents in response po dun sa bidder's query, please.
Sige po. Thank you po. Okay, our question basically is for the move of the electronics and the equipment. will there be someone like a technical person going with us? Kasi po, it's when we did several moves before, it's a requirement. Medyo, syempre po, it's something which is sensitive to movement or mga, when we move it po, we make sure that nothing is damaged. Is there someone that will accompany us po for moving it, and then when we deliver it to the site, para po sa sa mga equipments and electronic gadgets that you have?
May we request the end user to respond, please? Sir Dante.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone. So Manila face. Yes po. There will be somebody from our asset management team who will be accompanying yung service provider po natin doon sa transfer ng mga electronics. Probably we can also have yung representatives naman ng owners ng mga units na yun na dadalhin.
Thank you so much, Sir Dante. Also po, it's in addition to that, what you said, our delivery place, where we will be delivering it is not the arrangement of the items, the placement in the new office is not part of our scope. Just deliver it to a delivery point. Just to clarify lang po.
Yes po, that is correct po, sir. If you can, yun po, dadalhin lang po yung mga units natin.
Sige po. Okay, thank you very much po.
Is that all, sir?
Wala na po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Eden.
Thank you po. Mr. Chair, permission po to proceed with the final reminders po, please.
Yes, please proceed.
May we remind you again po, for the request for clarification should be formalized, address, and email to the back secretariat at back@dact.gov.ph and back.secretariat@dact.gov.ph. The deadline for the request for clarification po is on September 27, 2025, 4 p.m. If you still have queries po, you can send po to the following emails as presented, and the copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, will be posted at the PhilJEP's website, the DACT website, and bulletin board at the DACT lab. That's all po for the final reminders. We would like to thank po the prospective bidder for today. You may visit the DACT official YouTube channel, the Department of ICT Philippines, for the copy of these proceedings po. That's all po from the side of the Back Secretariat for this agenda po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Backsec. With that, any other matters? Hearing none, members, can I hear a motion for the adjournment of today's meeting? Thank you.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you po. Thank you, members, for your time. Thank you, bidders.
Salamat, Mr.
hope-
Chair. Thank you, Backsec.
For a successful project. Thank you. Thank you po, everyone.
Thank you po.
We are
Thank you po. Thank you, Asik Jeff.
Thank you so much, Parsec.